want to turn on your computer now. So welcome everybody here in the office and everybody online. I actually wrote an agenda today. Can you believe that? I haven't had one in a year. So, but I had so much to talk about, and I thought it would be good for those of you that came to have the hard copies. Now, I'll email out everything that's attached to this because there's a lot of information that we're going to be talking about. But first of all, I just want to say welcome first to our new team member, Shelly, who's probably online. Yes, I see her on there. She's going to remain silent probably. But when you see her in the office, say hello to Shelly. And I also want to say thank you to Eric for coming from Cutco Knives. And Eric, since you're here, and I want to have you tell us what's happening with Cutco. We haven't seen you live in a year also. So come on over and tell us.
Yes. It is fantastic to be here live with y'all in person at a meeting. Way to go, way to be here, and way to be here as well. For those of you I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, my name's Eric. I'm the sharpest guy you know with Cutco Closing Gifts. And for the last decade, our team's been helping agents and lenders appreciate their clients. But more importantly, it helps them stay top of mind. Because we're in the business of staying top of mind, staying in front of our people. I have a statistic I want to share with you. If anyone's taking notes or anything like that, you might want to write it down. According to NAR, according to our National Association of Realtors, 86% of people said they would use the same realtor or lender again right after the transaction. Okay, 86%. 3 years after the transaction, can anyone guess what number that drops down to? We go from 86% to what? What do you think?
9%.
Close. Yeah, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all know. Y'all know already, right? We go from 9 out of 10 people to 1 out of 10 people. Why? Tell me.
You don't keep in touch or something.
According to National Association of Realtors, the #1 answer was they're not top of mind. It was just that simple. So is staying top of mind for every single client important? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Absolutely. And so what our team has done is not only helped you appreciate your clients, but using a system that also keeps you top of mind. Because when it comes to giving gifts, what do a lot of us do? What are common gifts?
Wine.
Yep. Champagne.
Gift card.
Gift card. Gift basket.
Stone in the front of the house.
Exactly right. Something like that. This is in front of the house. And I didn't come here to tell you people don't like what you're giving them. I like champagne. I like gift cards. But where do all those gifts end up 24 or 48 months down the road?
Drink it.
Eat it, drink it, or they put it on a shelf or it's outside. They're not sitting around talking about it as much as we like to think they are. So we came up with a solution that covers all of those things, and that solution is a product called Cutco. Super high quality, 100% American made. Woo! As we all know, every day ending in Y is a good day to buy American. But I know I'm talking to a group of friends and family of Cutco here. Raise your hand if you own a piece of Cutco or you have one in your house or you get one out for. Cool. Yeah. So they're basically, haven't used them before. They're like the quality of a Rolls Royce with a guarantee of a snap-on tool. So if it ever breaks or goes dull, we fix, replace, or sharpen it for free. And what our team has been doing for the last 10 years is custom engraving it. Your name, your logo, your tagline, whatever you want. I got my birthday hat right over here. Right there on the blade. Keeps you in front of everybody. What's the most used room in the entire household? Kitchen. Exactly. It's the center point of the home. It's where friends and family gather. People think about it. They talk about it all the time. Because the gifts are engraved, who can tell me what that means for your taxes? They're 100%
Right off.
tax deductible. So you're spending the money anyway on gift cards, gift baskets, things like this. We're simply diverting it from things that don't get, or excuse me, things that get consumed to something that lasts forever, this high quality, American made, tax deductible. So the way the system works, we ship you a supply of gifts to have on hand, because no one's job here is to run around town every single month trying to figure out what to do or what to get or where to go, right? So we have a couple of gifts on hand, we ship you out, and we bill you over a couple months, interest-free, so it's nice on cash flow. It's easy, it's simple, we keep you top of mind forever. So we're in person now, and I'm gonna do a hybrid because we've got our lovely audience here. And again, I great to see, work with tons of people on here and in the crowd too. So it's great to be amongst friends and in person, but I'm gonna do a raffle, we're gonna do a drawing, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna do it the same way, even though we're in person. I'm but do it the way we did it on Zoom. It's going to be the most efficient way for everybody.
Yes.
And it's the easiest way for everyone to enter. So everyone pull out your phone. It's really, really simple. I'm going to shoot you a text message. This isn't to get you on a list or spam you or blow you up or anything like that. This is simply for the drawing. You're going to text me if you want to get entered in the drawing with just your name. Don't do it yet. I know a lot of you have my number, all right? Because there's one more thing. If you do want to set up a time to meet, it takes 15, 20 minutes. We can do it via Zoom. I'll walk you through the program. If you do decide to place a gift order, I'll buy you a free piece of Cutco for your home. Because we all know the only thing better than Cutco is... Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a year and a half, but it worked.
I forgot.
It's cool. I felt it. I knew you knew it, but thank you. Yes. So for future reference in public, free Cutco. That's the answer to that. Is I'll buy a piece of Cutco for your home. So you're going to text just your name. If you'd like to set up a time to meet, it takes 15 minutes. If you need to order or reorder, I know a lot of people use our gifts. Put the word sharp, S-H-A-R-P, like, wow, those Cutco knives are sharp. So you can text the number. It is 858-255-1142. That's 858-255-1142. Just your name for the drawing. Put the word sharp, S-H-A-R-P, and I will send you some times to meet. And other than that, it's just an honor to be back here in person with everybody. Our team is, Shannon will tell you, is work with tons of other clients. We aim to make you look awesome when you're giving these gifts out to your clients. And we really appreciate time and the opportunity to share with y'all. We'll do the drawing at the end of the meeting. And I hoop everybody has a super sharp rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will say that I'm one of the people who own Cutco, and I bought myself a gift last year and I wrote it off.
There you go. Nice.
It was
We
fun.
love cheaters.
It's really good stuff. All right. So everybody, tell me what happened good this week. We had a lot of good news. Gay, since you're here this week, tell us what happened.
Well,
Speak into the mic.
Oh no, please. I had a listing. I got an offer within a few days. And then I got my client with a VA with not a lot down, a house that they love.
Wow, VA, awesome.
Yeah. And it was contingent on selling theirs.
Way to go. Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing. You're a miracle worker.
Well, actually, my client was really good because what she figured out is she started looking at houses that were on the market a little bit longer. And they found a house that didn't have much backyard, and they're good at that. And so we came in a little bit higher and they got it.
That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's very smart to look at stuff that's been sitting a little while. I mean, if it's the first day on the market or if it's coming soon and you're trying to get, if that's the one they want, you're going to be up against a lot of competition. So looking for something that's been on for a couple of weeks, very smart.
Right.
What else good news?
Our listing goes active tomorrow.
Gail's got a listing going active tomorrow, and we'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay.
That's awesome. I think our board has not looked so good in so long. I'm super happy that it's halfway full and we're halfway through the month. What else?
Adrian and I's coming soon listing has been coming soon over the weekend. And we already have one blind offer, 50,000 we're asking.
50,000.
And possible another one or two more blind offers, possibly.
Wow.
But she's thinking about taking it now since it's well over asking and just at the deal to go on the market. So we're probably going to be taking one of the blind offers.
Right. Wow. Okay. So that's what's happening is coming soon offers. You're allowed, I say it again, you're allowed to take an offer. You just can't show it until it's accepted to that person. So
I'm getting a listing.
Oh, you are? Where is
I'm
it?
getting 4 land parcels in Temecula wine country.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So there's 4 parcels. 3 of them are just under 5 acres. And those ones will ask about, I can't remember what he said. I want to say 280-ish. And there's a 15 acre that I think we're at 499, and he would sell all of them for just under $1 million.
Wow.
So it's a total of 28 acres.
Nice.
He emailed me at midnight last night, so that's why I'm a little vague on everything. I got to relook everything up, but and it's right behind Lorimar, kind of off Anza.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, good location. So if anyone has anybody, let me know.
Right. Yeah, land to land with the land.
Oh
Anybody-
boy.
Anybody else got good news they want to share? And we'll move into new listings. All right, let's talk about listings. I'm gonna share my screen real quick because I think I have them pulled up here for you guys. Let's talk about these coming soon listings. If I have everybody here, Jill, you want to talk about?
That's my little single story in Hemet. It's been coming soon for a few days, and we already have like 24 showings scheduled or something. But 369, it's built in like early 60s, but it's really cute. And they've done it like all up inside, and tile floors. They've repainted. It's clean.
Very nice. How many showings do you have already scheduled?
Like
20 showings scheduled already. Can you guys online hear her? Okay.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Okay, thank you. All right, Gail, since you're here, do you want to talk about your listing?
Yes, this one's in Marietta. It's just, it's turnkey. It's a beautiful property. It is 4 bedrooms. The lot is over 10,000 square feet. It's like, you know, the pie shape there and stuff like that, but it has a beautiful backyard. They've upgraded the whole entire home. It's got granite in the bathrooms and the kitchen, and it is 3 bedrooms upstairs, and right now downstairs, the office is there's an office downstairs, but it can be converted into a bedroom. That's off the family room right there, and they have they put in the French doors, beveled glass and everything. It's real nice.
That banister on the staircase, I've never seen
never
really
arrived.
quite anything like
Yeah,
it. Normally it
okay.
goes all the way to the floor, so that's really pretty.
The kitchen also has windows across the whole entire back that you can see the backyard. And they're the original owners, and they just put a lot of money into it. That's a fireplace that goes into the bathroom and the master.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've upgraded.
Really pretty.
And it's only $675.
$675.
Yes.
And when's it going online?
It's going to be active tomorrow.
Active tomorrow, and we're going to talk about open houses. I think you guys were going to do an open
Yes.
house too. So awesome. Let's see, what else new do we have? Escondido. So this is the one you were just talking about, Adam.
Yes.
You want to share again?
Yes, about 1,300 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's an older house built in 58. It's about 63 years old. They're going to give a clear Section 1 termite clearance. They do have some termite work to be done. We already have 1 blind offer on this, so probably won't make it to the active status. So.
Well, if anybody has one looking, you better write an offer today in Escondido. Okay.
What's the one that's today?
550.
550. Want to buy it?
We have an offer for 6. We have an offer for 6.
And then Jill, is your pepper tree still available?
Surprisingly enough, yeah.
Okay.
We do have an offer on it that most likely is going to get accepted today. That's ended up going for 30 grand over asking, no appraisal contingency, letting the seller stay there for 20 days after close. It's like the perfect offer. I can't imagine why they wouldn't accept it.
Right, so they'll probably be in escrow, obviously before the weekend. Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Nice one.
And then we have a little lot for sale. I don't think Brian's not on and not here, but if anybody wants a tiny lot for probably storage, 46,000 in Lake Elsinore, it does have this little cover thing here. So check it out. All right, so let me stop sharing that. All right, so let's talk about market stats, and then we'll move into the real nitty gritty here. So the market stats for, first of all, let me talk about Glide. So we talked about it last week about how Compass now owns Glide, and Glide is a tool that we've been using. So temporarily, the MLS has removed Glide button that says submit offer using Glide until they meet with the board on Monday the 24th. So that is something that is a benefit to us, but now that Compass owns it, there's a lot of people who took a survey, myself included, and they're reviewing those survey comments to decide if it's going to continue to be a tool that we use. So use it with caution. They claim that they won't have your client's information, won't be shared with Compass unless it's something drastic that happens, but I don't trust them. So let's just continue using zip forms. All right, so the market update as far as stats on the single family residential in the Temecula Valley in the last 7 days. We have 193 new homes. That's up 21 from last week, which is really good. Pendings are at 280, which is down 21. So whatever. Closed are 240, that's up 40 from last week. All of Temecula Valley active single family residential available right now, 463 homes. And for those of you who forget, Temecula Valley is Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, Wildomar, Lake Elsinore, Winchester, 6 places. So 463 this week. That's all the active single families. That's up 40. All of Riverside County is up 65 from last week, 1,833 homes. And Temecula only is at 130. Man, it sure sounds nice compared to when we only had 65. So that's up 13 over the week. So that's awesome. All right, the big news to talk about this week is open houses. Yay. We are finally allowed to do open houses. It happened officially last week. You guys saw an email from 1 million people. California Association of Realtors. You saw it from from Forest, and I think I saw it 3 other places. So I had the guidelines. I will, if you haven't read them yet, I'll email them to you, this whole packet, but let's talk about it. So as far as the open house and showing rules, and I'm literally just gonna read this, you guys, because it's the easiest way to stay on track. You can advertise open houses just as before without any qualifications. This includes in the MLS and in other places. So if you posted somewhere online besides the MLS, you're allowed to do that. No appointments are required for open house attendees. The new rules state that open houses are permitted and there's no requirement for appointments. Multiple groups are now allowed on the property for both open houses and showings. You may now have more than 1 individual or connected group of persons on the property. The number of groups or individuals should allow for social distancing between each group. The total number of persons allowed also depends on the tier level, which our tier level officially today is still orange, not yellow. So that means if we go to section 8, it talks about there's only 25 people allowed in the property at one time. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Don't do that. Let's just keep it to like maybe 2 or 3 groups and try to keep them separate. Okay, that's my rule. So just make sure you have social distancing between the households and adjust and limit the number of persons in the property at any given time to achieve that social distancing. Face masks, every visitor must still wear a face mask indoors, even if they're vaccinated, and comply with other guidance such as hand sanitizing or washings. You should have extra face masks available for those who do not have one. As you know, we have lots of face masks available for you guys, so grab packets of them if you're doing open houses for those people who come to the door without. We don't want anybody to be turned away. We don't want to be the bad guy. Okay, signing in. Everybody, every person entering should sign in either digitally or in writing. The new form, the property sign in, PSI, yes, we have forms, which can now be used for this purpose. The sign in form should include certain agreements. You know what? I'm going to send you guys these forms, but I'm going to show you that it's called the Open House and Showing Guidelines Sign In. It's like 1 page and everybody can sign. It's in your packet. There's packets up there.
Oh.
You guys didn't get packets. They're around.
Did anybody get them?
There's some back there, Jill. So the form is basically, and I'll read through the form, but there's a new form for that. Okay, the sign-in form should include certain agreements, and we'll go over that. So the form should include a statement that by entering the property, the visitor is agreeing to follow the posted rules of entry. So we all know the posted rules of entry, and that has not changed. I've included that in your packets, and I'll email it to you guys. That's this one. And it just basically has a little pictograms of wash your hands, wear protective face coverings, etc. That they have received a link to the copy to the prevention plan. And the link to that prevention plan, that's the like extra 4 pages that were attached to the PED. And so now they can just click a button or mark a box on this sign-in form saying, email it to me if they want it emailed. Otherwise, they can write down the link, which you know they won't write down the link. And they probably won't put their email because they don't want to give it, but at least we have their name, right? Okay. And then they also are agreeing that they don't feel sick, don't have other COVID-like symptoms, etc. All right, so the question is, can I still just use the PED-V? And the answer is yes. So you can still use the new PED-V all, which has been revised down to 1 page instead of 4 or 5. So you guys can see that in your zip forms. And that still accomplishes everything above. So it's either a PED-V all or the sign-in form for open houses, okay? The maximum number of people allowed, like I said, still just remains 6 feet apart. 25 is the maximum in our orange tier. The required posted rules for entry, you can find those on zip forms. There is a COVID sales section on zip forms, so if you're not familiar, I can help you get there. And then cleaning protocols, all right? So the property should be cleaned once a day, consistent with the CDC guidelines. So my recommendation as the agent hosting the open house, that you bring your sanitizer, like maybe bring hand sanitizer, definitely bring hand sanitizer for the front door, and then bring some wipes to wipe everything down, all the most touched surfaces. Other precautions that you should take: open doors and windows, if the weather is permitting. Have the sanitizer and wipes available, and masks for people so they don't get turned away. And this does not, does this change any protocols for appointment-based individual showings? It's still the same. A PED may still be used for those showings, and then they can still use the usual preventive plan. So the open house and showing guidelines sign-in sheet, it basically just says they, like exactly what I just said, and they're going to fill in, print and sign their name, put an email, phone number, and the time they entered. And then it has a checkbox that says required copy of the documents, or request a copy of the documents, which is just the broker prevention plan, which is those 4 pages saying how we're going to remain safe. There's an example of a coronavirus PED all form, which is now just 1 page. Yay. 1 page basically says the same as the old PED form, but everybody just signs on page 1 instead of page 2. This is the posted rules for entry, like I showed you.
This one's not in zip forms yet though, right? Is that what it said there? It's not in zip forms yet?
It may or may not be in zip forms, but you can get to the forms on CAR's website. There's a link at the top before you go to zip forms that says COVID-19 legal forms. And these forms are all there in PDF format. So if they're not in your zip forms, that's where I got mine.
Okay.
All right, so now there's a listing agreement, open house addendum, or amendment. So if you, of course there is, yes. So if you already have a listing agreement signed, then you need to do this as an amendment. And it just basically tells the seller, or basically the seller is saying, I agree to allow you to host an open house. And the seller signs it and we sign it. So we'll attach that to your listing agreement. Now, if you are going to be signing a new listing agreement, the listing agreement coronavirus addendum or amendment has been changed to add in open house options. So remember, on that addendum or agreement, they can decide how people enter the property, you know, with a personal entry form, and only if they're fully approved financially. So this is another option for them to say, do allow open houses or don't allow open houses. So that's really the only change on this form. Questions?
Oh, God.
I know it's a lot to absorb.
Yeah.
All right. That's If anybody have questions on that, I know I went through it fast, but all I say is read your forms before you use them. So if someone asks you a question, you can actually say yes or no or what they need to hear.
Now I see why you couldn't send a quick text back.
Yeah, everybody's been texting me. I'm like, just watch the meeting on Wednesday.
I have a question on this P form. This is something that needs to be presented if you're going to an open house?
Yes, so if you have them already ready if you're bringing your client to an open house, then it would be nice probably for the listing agent that you already have the PV all prepared and as you walk in or send it ahead of time.
And this is presented given to them.
Well, you can email it to them ahead of time if you make an appointment, but if not, just bring it with you, or they should have some available. So basically, every showing agent of an open house should have a stack of the showing guidelines or the PV alls sitting around waiting for people. Don't let anybody in until they've signed one and you've collected it. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so next thing I want to share before I have a great message from Mark, our CEO today, but before I go there, as you know, Shauna's not here today, but she wanted me to share this with you, a quick tip on sky slope. So let me go to sky slope real quick. All right. So I think that, oh no, it wouldn't be a meeting if I don't have technical challenges. All right, let's see. All right, so I think a lot of people come to both Shauna and myself and ask, where are the company forms? And they are available on the VAC, but something quick, if you already have a file open in SkySlope, let me show you a quick workaround. From your homepage, there's a button that says Working Documents. If you click on that, okay. At the top of this list, there's a box that says Office Docs. And then in the folders, we actually have a folder labeled Temecula just for you guys. And we have all the forms that are usually requested of Shauna and I for your file. The market service agreement, the affiliated business arrangement form, and the sales reports are in here, either PDF or Excel. So the nice thing about these being here is if your file is already open, you just simply click on the one that you want to use, and you can go to Assign, and then you just find your file and click on it, and it will load it right into the Documents section, and then you can DigiSign it straight from there. So easy peasy, right? Right, okay. All right, so I want to go ahead and show you guys one video. So Mark Stark, our CEO, he went to a, hold on. He went to a Chairman Diamond Mastermind event. Those are the high up agents in our company. And he got some really great tips, and he thought they were so wonderful. He wanted to share them with you. And so he recorded a video just for you. So I'm going to share that. Okay, you guys that are online, let me know.
Hello, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services leadership team and sales executives. I have a special video today that I'm very much looking forward for all of you sharing it at your upcoming sales meeting. Be it that these are not, they're not any specific timing of anything, please show it in your offices as soon as possible. I will tell you, in addition to this video, there is also backup written material that basically hits every point that I'm going to cover today. So Diane Ray in our executive branch will get it to all the managers. And if you have any additional questions or need additional copies, please just reach out to Diane and she will help you. All right, let me jump in. Here's what today is all about. Recently, May 12th and 13th, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services nationally had their Chairman Circle Diamond Masterminds. And really, there was a wealth of information. Some of you may have participated in that who are at that level. And you may not have been able to see everything because you were busy. So what we did with the help of many of the managers and myself in being involved in the masterminds, we took a slew of ideas that I want to share with you today. So I'm going to fly through these pretty quick, but no worries. Again, you'll have the backup written information, you'll have this video, and then if you have more questions, please always go to your manager and they can come to me direct and we can talk about it if there is additional information needed. All right, let me just start off with some general ideas regardless of which specific mastermind group this came out of. All right, so one, sending out or reaching out to landlords saying, do you still want to be a landlord? Based on where equity values have gone, you know, keep this in mind. Even though rents are very healthy, based on how aggressive the price of a property can grow, it may not make sense for that particular person to rent it anymore, and they're better off pulling out their cash. So what a great opportunity for you to reach out and say, if you don't want to be a landlord anymore, okay, in the marketplace, I can help you divest of this property. All right, share powerful next. Sharing powerful stats showing that this market, in all the markets, and I have to say throughout the US, is going to be vibrant for a while. Why? One big stat that you may not know about, that nation household formations, which is key, okay, a big driver of purchasing home and home ownership overall, continues to rise. So sharing, getting some statistics, and you may have others, but this one came out in the mastermind group. Nations' household formations are continuing to rise. All right. Do you want, this is more on the commercial side, do you want to flip your recent land or development purchase? So let's say someone purchased land or development or whatever, and they wanted to develop a project. But you know, the value has shot up so dramatically, maybe they're better off just flipping it, dumping it now, taking their money off the table, and then fighting another day and let someone else build that development. Social media messaging to attract sellers. Two key areas that they keyed in on. Home values, so talking about how they can click on home values, like through us using buy side. All right, and also success stories. All right, and remember, success stories in the marketplace, okay, does not always have to be your direct success story. Get with your manager. You know what? We send out testimonials for other sales executives of what they've experienced. Use that as some of your success stories. All right. Minimize raising sales price by having the buyer, okay, paying for all closing costs, even including commissions. So now you're not raising that sales price more dramatically, having, you know, hoping having less issues with appraisals, okay, but you're still getting a stronger net to the seller side by paying those closing costs. All right. This was interesting, carefully inspecting the property when you show it. So when you write your offer and the buyer is willing to maybe waive some inspections, you basically did your inspection as good a job as you could do while you looked at the property. So you were looking at it with a much deeper eye, more sensitive as you were walking through, because you were kind of doing a walkthrough inspection, okay, as you were showing the properties to the buyer. I thought this was very innovative. So as you walk through, you get that comfort level of how the property has been kept up. Here's a great one, target market mailers to a certain price range. So you want to grow a price range. In this example, in the mastermind group, it was $1 million and up, okay? whatever price range that you want to focus on, you start doing a mail out program and a reach out program to a specific targeted price range to grow your market share and your presence in that price range. Another great one, AdWorks. You know, we do, one of AdWorks' strongest programs is their top of mind program, where you use that with your sphere past clients, all right? And as they open up your email, you know what? You basically follow them around the internet, okay, wherever they go. That's powerful. Well, here's this. In addition to that, how about people that you are now just meeting for the first time that are now part of your sphere? Maybe at an open house, maybe at an initial listing presentation, whatever it is. Okay, maybe you're going to be going to a listing presentation and you immediately put them in this AdWorks program. Why? Because now, okay, even though they're just in your sphere or you just met them or you know a listing presentation is coming up soon, they're going to start seeing you in the marketplace on a consistent basis, laying a great piece of groundwork to say, hey, I'm everywhere. I'm marketing everywhere. I thought that was a very phenomenal idea. Okay, renovating and staging every single property that needs it. Everyone that needs it. Listen, if a property is pristine, absolutely pristine, and it doesn't need it, great. But if it does, you need to really think strongly about renovating it and staging it. Why? One, absolutely increases the value of the property. And in this market, I believe wholeheartedly, okay, your chances of increasing the value of the property over than what it cost to renovate and stage the property, if you do your job, we'll talk about a little bit more about that in a second, guess what? You should not have a problem with that by far. And it can absolutely be leaps and bounds more for our client as long as we take away any buyer challenges and renovating certainly where it needs it and then staging the property properly. You can utilize Apex. We have a program to help you with this, but regardless, renovate and stage, very important. All right, one oldie but goodie, but there's phone calls just listed and just sold. And what they said on the mastermind group is they find more and more people are answering their phones. All right, wanting information, whatever the case may be, is if they're answering their phones, those just listed and just sold calls can be very powerful. All right, let's hit on some ideas that they categorized a little bit untraditionally. All right, some of these are so innovative. All right, sending previous clients in sphere unsolicited BMAs and CMAs to show how much, okay, their equity has increased. Kind of put this in a category of a neighborhood surprise equity message. All right, letting them know. So you can do this to your sphere and your past clients, very powerful. And remember, you're just sending it to them. They already know and respect you, know of you. You're sending it to them. Or you can just hit a neighborhood and say, this neighborhood has skyrocketed. I want to make sure all the people in the neighborhood, okay, are pleasantly surprised in how powerful their equity has grown. So you send that out. Remember, in this market, I'm doing a sales meeting around our company. Okay, this market, if you really understand pricing, is about process, not about price. So if you're picking a price, you're making a mistake. What you need to do, your job, is to maximize your seller's equity. To do that, okay, and to do it very successfully, it's about your process, not about picking a price. The price you pick to put in the MLS system is a strategic price to help maximize your client, maximize their price. So keep that in mind. This environment is about process, not about price alone. Everything is strategic. All right, buyer's needs list, okay? Taking a buyer's needs list and emailing that to your SOI and other top agents, letting them know, look, right, I don't know if you've run into a property, but I've got a buyer that needs a property like this, and let him know. And certainly letting your sphere and past clients know if they know someone to call you immediately. called preferred neighborhoods, all right, and or write handwritten notes with buyers interested in buying a home in that neighborhood. So let's say you have buyers interested in that neighborhood. Get out there with handwritten notes, get out there door knocking, call, whatever the case may be, is whatever information you have, and let that neighborhood know you're there to help. And by the way, before you do anything, I have a buyer for your property. All right, they categorize this next list is how to win deals, Okay, some of these you may already be doing, but some were very innovative as well. Instead of telling the buyer to pay over or waive, because, waive everything because that's where the market is in the craziness, say, let me share with you what some other buyers have chose to do. And I think that was a really smart way to communicate that message. Same message, but I think it lets them know, let me show you what other people are doing, because that's going to be part of our competition. All right. Backup offers. Guys, in this market, you have so many more properties. The fallout rate in this environment is bigger than it's ever been in all markets. And here's why. People get caught up in the thrill and the want of winning a property. So they end up paying a substantial amount for that property. And by the way, one other thing on this process, instead of price, remember your two jobs. Finding someone to maximize, the price for your seller, and someone who can actually execute on that price. So just because I'm willing to pay $1 billion doesn't mean I can actually close at $1 billion, which goes right into this. So you've got buyers that either have overpromised and will underdeliver, or they've just overpromised in their mind and they've got buyer's remorse. Either way, the transaction ends up canceling. Well, guess what? If you up front put in a backup offer, you're next in line without having to re-go through that next bidding war. Specifically, if your buyer was willing to take it for that price, come in and be their backup to support that price. Ask the listing agent, may sound simple, but what does the seller need, from a buyer to win this deal? I want to know. They may not share it. They may feel it's not in their client's best interest to share. But the old saying, can't hurt in asking, so ask. And they may tell you specifically some information that can be valuable for you and your client. Ask the agent. This was really innovative. Ask the agent who their favorite lender is. And listen, it doesn't force your buyer can use any lender they want. However, if I know ABC lender is this selling agent's favorite lender, I certainly want them to do a pre-qual on my buyer, because if John, who's their lender, is very comfortable with my buyer and would try and get that business, and if whatever my buyer chooses to do, they do. But if John's comfortable in this example, then guess what? Then you know what? That agent, that listing agent's going to be more comfortable because his loan officer said, this buyer's strong, they're good, they're not going to have any problem closing, whatever the case may be. Really innovative idea. Loved it. All right. This one, mailing around a listing and disclose you lost the offer. So you're bidding on a property in a specific area. You don't get it. Someone else beat you out. Immediately getting to that neighborhood and letting them know, hey, I have a buyer extremely interested. They bid on a recent property. They did not get the bid. They're very interested. They were one of the strongest bids on the property. If you're interested in selling, I have a buyer ready to go right now. I thought that was really interesting. All right, preparing. This one was an idea of preparing the seller to list. Of course, asking open-ended questions. Remember, we talk about this all the time. Do not think for your clients. You don't have to. Ask questions. Let them communicate what's actually on their mind. You don't have to guess. All right, be thoughtful to their wants and needs, and ask what their concerns are. Okay, right up front that you know their concerns. Why? So you can come up with solutions, all right, and answers for them up front. So you lay those concerns to rest right up front, and you're not dealing with those concerns through the transaction. I thought that was a great idea as well. Okay, next they put under general communication. Love this. Okay, and this is one that I've been a big proponent of. Start with face-to-face communication with the other agent. Okay, you want to start face-to-face communication with the listing agent. How do you do that? You hand deliver every one of your offers. Guys, I don't care that everything's technical. In this scenario, it is not as powerful as you coming to that listing agent, driving to their office, handing them, okay, your offer. Okay, I'm going to talk about having an organized cover sheet with that offer so it's clean, it's professional. You meet them face to face, eye to eye. Yes, you have a nut and bun cake or your grandmother's brownies with you, whatever it takes. And you present that to them and say, here are the brownies, they're amazing. Those are for you and your group. And here's my offer. And I just have to tell you, my buyers are so interested in this property. I know you have to represent your client. I get it. I'm there. I just want you to know we're so serious. I wanted to drive over here personally and hand you this offer. Powerful message. Guys, please don't forget we're people first. Okay, we weren't born sales executives. We were born people. We're sensitive. We care. We have comfort levels. You know, help me help you. Help me help you. A Jerry Maguire line. And that is get face to face. Treat me like a person. You'll be more apt to be treated like a person as well. How's this? All right. Do a quick video. Do a quick video. Along with that, sharing, all right, a summary of the office. Do the key points. Do key points that's going to make my life as the agent easier. Tell them it's a 2-minute video. Please watch it. Make it client friendly, meaning they can show it to their clients. So don't put stuff in there that the client wouldn't be comfortable, because I want them to use it. I want them to feel comfortable showing it to their clients, but let them know, hey, here's this information. Let me tell you how we're going to work together, and I'm going to make your life as easy and as simple as possible so your client gets what they need, okay, out of their property. And last category is managing your personal workload. Okay, managing your workload. Some of these are repeat, but very powerful. 1, your daily routine is a must. If you don't have a specific daily routine of when you do things from, you know what, when you do, and I'm going to use a dirty word, prospect, when you do your prospecting, which is a must in our business, can be to your sphere, can be to outside, whatever the case may be is, but you've got that scheduled in. When you work out, it's scheduled in. When you do other things, it's scheduled in. You have a routine each and every day. You understand the power of priorities. All right, you're living your priorities. All of us live our priorities. So make sure that your priorities mesh with what you're trying to create in life, because they don't. I'm telling you, if you do it, you're making it a priority. It's a simple rule. All right. Hire help. Hire help. But Mark, I can't afford it. BS. That's right. I said it. BS. You can't afford it. All right. That's the powerful thing. I'm going to talk about this on this week's Facebook Live. Okay. You can watch this at a different time. Don't worry. The Facebook Live will be there talking about DRC, daily revenue commitment. Okay. The only reason you can't afford something is because you're not generating enough revenue. That's why revenue comes first. All right. So bottom line is, all right, hire help. You'll be amazed at how much more you can get done and how much more you'll enjoy doing what you're getting done. All right. Take time for yourself. We're not robots. We need that time. That's why scheduling in your routine, your time, your day, your family time, your kids' time, whatever the case may be for you. Okay, your spouse's time, your significant other, it matters. Put that in there. Make sure you're doing that, because it's all part of making you whole and feeling, okay, the best that you possibly can feel. All right, and then last but certainly not least, staying in a mindset of gratefulness. All right, don't let the world win. Don't let the frustrations of the world. If we want peace in our lives, it's up to us to give ourselves as each individual that peace, because we can choose to let things drive us crazy, or we can choose to, you know what, stay peaceful, and keep moving forward in our lives. I think there's so many great ideas here. I know this will be a wealth of support for you. If you have any questions on it, I was going to say I hope that it'll help, and I know it will. So if you have any questions on it, get with your manager. We'll be more than happy to give any specific additional information. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
We can't hear you.
Hello.
Hi, there we go.
Thank you. So I thought that the bring the brownies with the offer, that would make me feel guilty if I didn't take their offer. But I would be happy about the brownies. Anyway, so I hope that you guys found that helpful. I'll email out all of Mark's notes to you so that you have them for those who are not here in the office. So I just have, did Eric leave? Okay. Eric, do you want to do your drawing now before I do my last meeting updates?
Cool.
All right, so Eric is back. Who won?
I'll grab it in a second. We have a deluxe paring knife in the bag right there. So we have drawing today. We got at least, I think it was 13. So thank you for everyone for texting and for getting together. Got a couple people already set, and the number. Yeah, let's go with 13. Shannon, pick a number between 1 and 13, please.
Oh, Lord.
Drum
Seven.
roll, please.
Lucky 7. Lucky 7.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Veronica Whitaker.
All right, Veronica. Yay.
Congrats,
Woohoo.
Veronica. And yeah, thanks again for everybody. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, so just a couple of updates real quick as far as trainings and upcoming meetings. I mentioned Canva. Did I do that last week or the week before? And we are actually doing a training on Canva tomorrow. Not me, our marketing department. They have put something together. It will be on Google Meets tomorrow at 10 o'clock. You all got a couple of emails this week, one in particular this morning with the link to it. It's very simple. I think once you watch it once, you'll figure out how to do it. You can make flyers, social media posts, etc. very, very easily. And all of our marketing material that our marketing department has put together is already in Canva for you. So I promise, go do that, that training tomorrow.
I can't get Google Meets on my laptop.
That's
what I had problems with Chris when we were doing training and stuff, because he does the Google Meets.
You could try, if not, you could try from your phone, but it won't be good to see. So I would say worst case scenario, come in the office and use conference rooms.
Okay.
Or one of the back computers. Also tomorrow, there is conflicting BAC training. So I'm not going to talk about the one that conflicts with Canva because I want you to go to Canva. But in the afternoon, there's stay in touch tools on our BAC. So if you haven't utilized how to use the contacts in BAC, go to the training. Your calendar in the BAC has the link. So just click on calendar, click the day, click the time, the link is there.
Do you think they'll record the Canva? Because I have a dental appointment tomorrow at 10.
Probably not, because they're doing it on Google Meet and it's not recordable, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll have it again. I'll shoot a message over to Maria and see if she could figure out a way.
Okay.
Then next week, a BAC training is the art of follow-up. It's a little bit different than just the how to use your contacts. It's like, these are some tips and tricks. So that's on the 25th at 10 o'clock. And then next week's meeting is our regional Temecula Valley meeting. We do have new CAR forms coming out in June. So we're going to be reviewing what those are and what the changes are with all 4 of our offices in the Valley. So keep an eye out for that link. It will be pretty much just Zooms, but if you're welcome to come in the office and watch it with me if you want to, I'd be happy to see you. But either way, it's going to be all 100% online. And that is it. Does anybody have any other announcements that they want to share? online? Anybody? Okay, then. I'm going to call a meeting adjourned then. It was nice to see everybody.